Hey everybody, Foxy Games here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Full Story Playthrough. We've been through the ringer in this adventure, but it's not quite over yet. Before we go on with the next quest, I did want to show you guys what we gained from the boss fight and that quest. Not a high elixir. We got a Fantasia potion, which allows you to change your appearance, your species, whatever. We're just going to stick that in the bank. We also got the armor identification key, which lets you use... what the hell even is her name? Maggie. Yes, Maggie as a mount. So you get your own Magitech armor, which is pretty cool. I don't know how much I'm a user, but, you know, it's nice to have. Anyway... we're going to go ahead and check out some of these quests. The price of principles. Foxy, it pleases me to see you well. And Tataru. Do excuse me for interrupting, Foxy. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this evening. Thank you, my lady. Oh, she's so adorable. Ever since we defeated Gaius Van Belsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Where once we worked in secret with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the Syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. When we formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, it was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to... Forgive me, I did not mean to burden you so. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on the matter. So typical. Some people have come in search of basically a mercenary gang, which we are not. The Scions are problem solvers, real problems, not business problems. Now let's go ahead and talk to everybody in here. Thancred, my friend, let's start with you. Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions would commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Foxy. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. Indeed, we've seen some of these Alamegans, and they're very desperate. Believe me, I am quite eager to resume active duties and redeem my good name, but I have not forgotten that similar sentiments nearly led me to my doom once before. I will not question the wisdom of our Baldessian colleagues. They have bid me rest, and so I shall. Good man. Y'shtola, what do you think? Recall you are meeting with the Admiral shortly after Leminzen sent word of summoning Titan? Then mayhap you may also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merylvib that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because, owing no allegiance to Limsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Laminsans to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. That's oddly relevant to 2020. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. Good point. In bringing the struggle against the Empire to a decisive end, the nations of Eorzea spent much of their military strength. I fear the beast tribes have caught scent of this temporary weakness, and will give us scant leave to rest. A hero's work is never done, Foxy. All too true. Let's talk to some of these other people. Arenvald. I should have done something, done anything, but I didn't, and now Abba and Ollie are. I will not let it be for nothing. I will earn this. It sounds like he lost some comrades. Oh yeah, we can fix our gear. Yeah, that guy just sells stuff. Ida, let's talk to you. I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papa Limo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? Oof. So much has happened in this place. If the walls could talk, such tales they'd be able to tell. Papa Limo? None can deny that we would benefit from more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles... Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiance need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now and have it done with it. I'm sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. Oof. Just when we dared to believe that peace had arrived and other primal awakens, I say, has there ever been a rest for the weary? Nope, no there has not. How about you, Urianger? 'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those who with power proffer aid, while with one hand, while the other resteth ever on their hilt. God, it's hard to talk like him. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioner's machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen. Defiant in defeat, to raise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to meet them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few and our fortunes so finite. Couldn't have said it better. We're not doing this quest, because that's for other things. Now, before we go on and talk to Alphino and continue this quest, I want to make one thing very clear. I am going to try and do the Bahamut quests. There is a problem with that, though. Not a lot of people do them anymore. They're not required to progress with the main story. They were apparently very bugged when they were released and really weren't fixed. They do not give gear, and I don't even think they give any Allagan tomestones when completed. Short of finding a group to carry me through or logging onto my main to basically rush through them as a level 80, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to. But rest assured, I'll do everything in my power to get through that so that you can experience that part of the story, because personally, I think it's important. It's really, really, really important to know what happened at Cartano and what became of Bahamut. Anyway, let's talk to Alphino. This situation is not wholly unexpected. I too have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Foxy. Are you gonna drop some knowledge bombs on us, Alphino? Alphino, Foxy, is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it. Minfilia, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain within Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an aetheryte, and there is the in-game explanation for why we have to run from a horizon every time. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause, which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length, and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. Mordona. Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory, and offers all the essential facilities we require. By way of an additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am of course conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years, but I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'dah is our home, Alphino. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I only ask that you recall the shared purpose which first moved us to found the Science of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to found the Path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are as much your family as... That will be all, Alphino. I am sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. My nose is all stuffy, so I apologize if my voice sounds weirder than usual. We'll choose this one. A nice pair of earrings. Oof, I don't know why I'm suddenly so stuffed up. Nice. Once again, Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Leave Ul'dah. Has it truly come to this? Oh, Foxy. Pray attend to Alphino. He is engaged in some business or other when requires your assistance. Pray be on your way. Alphino waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. I mean, he has a point. Leaving Ul'dah would definitely solve that problem. And having an aetheryte would be nice. Really nice. Confound it, she knows what must be done and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Flahamine was her name, though you may know her better as the songstress of Ul'dah. She was a performer of singular talent and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlayan minstrel. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge what had happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth, but as Flahamine's absence stretched from months into years, she saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flahamine is alive and well. Alas, they have served to rekindle an irrational hope in Minfilia, which now clouds her judgment. This talk of Ul'dah as our home, and of the insurmountable difficulties of moving to Mordona, it is no more than an expression of her unwillingness to let go. Nonsense, in a word, but until the tales of Flahamine's miraculous preservation have been categorically disproved, I fear that she will remain lost to reason. That being the case, I propose we set about disproving them post-haste. Let's see how these fanciful claims stand up to investigation. One of the most recent of this latest crop of rumors came to us by way of Father Iliad. Question him for me. I shall look into another alleged sighting and follow anon. Yes, this seems very tame compared to what we've just been through, but not everything's going to be as fanciful as destroying an ultimate Allagan weapon. Also, before we go, we're going to pick up this quest, a recurring problem, because this allows us to unlock Bahamut's quests. I know you have scarce had a chance to rest, but I'm afraid there is still work to do. The ultimate weapon's destruction, 'twould seem, has served to embolden the beastmen, who now seek to call down their gods once more. Even as we speak, the Amalja, the Ixal, and the Kobolds are making preparations for their respective summoning rites, and that is but half of it. Much to our dismay, all three tribes were somehow able to procure vast quantities of crystals. Oh, my turn to say something. Ahem. Basically, this means the primals will be stronger than they were before. Far, far stronger. Their previous incarnations will seem as pale imitations. The beast tribes, we believe, began hoarding crystals with a vengeance in the wake of Ultima Weapons made an appearance. You will remember that as the time it devoured 3 primals in one sitting. The Grand Companies are aware of the potential primal outbreak. Alas, due to the losses they incurred to ensure the success of Operation Archon, they are ill-equipped to take any meaningful measures. After deliberation, the leaders concluded that they must needs return to us once more. To thee. The etheric waves that were observed in Mordona do not appear— Shut up, phone! Do not appear to bear connection to any beast tribe. Yet much and more still remains beyond our knowing. We must be prepared for all possibilities. I am loath to send you into the midst of danger again so soon, but none have proven themselves more capable against the primals than you. Will you undertake this mission, Foxy? You know we will. You have my thanks. I truly do not know what we would do without you. Die. Go ahead, Thancred. Ahem. With circumstances as they were, I haven't had the chance to properly express my gratitude. I owe you my life, Foxy. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. A string of failures had left me feeling powerless. I wanted to be stronger, that I might do right by my fellow scions. But instead I caused you all no end of grief and suffering. I swear to you it shan't happen again. Owing to everyone's ministrations, I am quite recovered now. I hope to return to my duties again soon. Thancred's return marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Scions. Let us renew that fire in our hearts, and continue to press ever forward. Now then, back to the matter of the primals. With no fewer than 3 of the beings threatening to appear, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. We must take it one sure step at a time. Urianger has the overview of the situation as it stands. Please speak with him to receive guidance on your mission. So basically we have to fight the original 3 primals again. But this time they're going to be harder. It's going to be more than a 4-man group, and they're going to have more mechanics to deal with. Or at least more nastier versions of the original ones. So let's go ahead and talk to Urianger and see what he's got for us. Such knowledge as I possess of the beast tribes and their primals is at thy disposal. Whether man or beastman, we are wont to seek power when plunged into the black depths of despair. And that despair doth begin with the Amalja, who may have already summoned forth Ifrit. With our comrade Thancred now returned, thou wouldst do well to seek his counsel. But I just fucking talked to him. Okay, Thancred. Confirmation has just arrived from the Immortal Flames. 'Tis as Oriange said, I fear. The Amalja have already summoned Ifrit. A confrontation with the Lord of the Inferno is inevitable. I would like nothing more than to lend you my blade, but the students of Baldessian insisted that I refrain from taking to the field where it concerns primals. I know not the working of it, but it would seem that recent events have left me especially susceptible to tempering. As much as I hate missing out on the fun, for everybody's sake, I must sit this one out. Instead, I will focus on gathering and analyzing data. Now, the Immortal Flames have already conducted a preliminary investigation into Ifrit. They may well have the information that will be of use to you, so do pay a visit to the Hall of Flames and speak with Commander Swift. One last thing before you depart. Doubtless you remember Minfilia's words, but this Ifrit is a far cry from the primal you first defeated. You will want to assemble— What the fuck? Oh, Square Enix, Square Enix, Square Enix. Okay, it's the next day. I decided to say screw it and not deal with the servers the rest of that night. But anyway, the end of that little dialogue with Thancred is basically the Flames want us to help kill Ifrit, and basically by that he means we have to go kill Ifrit. In the meantime, I've been a little bit busy today. I did get some new gear, including a Magitech shield. How do I scroll lock? Yeah. Magitech shield and a Magitech sword from the Allegan Tomestone vendors. They're pretty cool. They're animated. They do little flippy things when you take them out. I have also largely replaced my other stuff here as well. And I also got a good belt. So we've got a little bit better gear than we did before. Anyway, we have to go ahead and talk to Swift. Lieutenant Games, we thank you for coming. The Flame General will be heartened to hear that you have answered the call. As we have already relayed to the Waking Sands, Ifrit has returned. For the sake of peace in the region, we humbly request that you vanquish him. The primal is to be found in his domain, the Bowl of Embers. To get there, you must use the Beastman Aetherite found within the depths of Zaharak, the Amalja stronghold. The Amalja have constructed their own Aetherite from salvaged Aetherite shards. This being the case, you should be able to use it without problem. No doubt you already know from your fellow Scions, but the present incarnation of Ifrit is stronger than the last. Facing him with any fewer than 7 of your stoutest comrades would be ill-advised. That is all the intelligence we have to share. The rest is in your hands. I shall pray for your victory and safe return. Lovely. So we are off to slay Ifrit once more. Also notice that I am also level 53. I did level up during my my daily roulettes. I did main scenario and I did leveling, so I got the rewards from both of those. We're also only... Oh wait, we have enough tomestones to get that Ixion mount, which we'll do later. Here's the Aetherite. All you have to do is come over here and poke it. Hooray! We now have access to the Bowl of Embers hard mode. And we're gonna do just that. Alright. We're here to kill Ifrit again. And you know, if these cutscenes aren't very different from just regular killing Ifrit and other primals, then we're just gonna skip them. Yeah, all he does is come out and scream at us. Yeah, we're not gonna watch the cutscenes. Say hello to the party. And, let's see, is he tanking or am I? I guess I'll tank. Oh, I guess he's tanking. Let's see, he's a warrior. Hey, don't stand in that. And once again, he's gonna summon nails. Flaming nails, or whatever they are. Oh, there they are, infernal nails. Since the other guy's tanking, I'll help out with the nails. If all of these aren't dead by the time he jumps into the air, we die. And there's one kind of hidden underneath him here. You know what I can do? Even if I'm not tanking, I can go ahead and hit cover on the tank. Therefore, I take some of the damage that he's taking. And that's how I contribute. As an off tank, oh, that's got a long timer on it. I don't remember this part. Oh, well, that's not bad. Oh, somehow people died to that. Or something. Ah! Good, someone's limit breaking. Perfect. Yay! Ifrit is the least difficult of all of them. Ooh, Ifrit's blade has been added to the loot list. Well, it's shit, but it looks fucking fantastic. I'm the only gladiator, so I'm gonna roll neat on it. And commend the healer, why not? I got 2 commends, awesome. Yeah, that was hard mode. It's really not that hard these days. And we're back. What does Papalimo have for us? In for Garuda Awakening. Alright, that's the next one. Ah, Foxy, I hear you triumphed over Ifrit. Of course, this is no less a feat than I would expect of a warrior of light, but well done all the same. Now, I full had a mind to crack open a bottle of 1547 Bacchus, but the celebration must keep. Garuda, I am afraid to say, has also returned. As you well know, Garuda's appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Not to dishearten you, but in her latest incarnation, that appetite has become nigh insatiable. In the short time since her return, she has already wreaked tremendous havoc. You must send her back to the Aether before she can do any more damage. In the meantime, Ida and I will assist the Order of the Twin Adder in their recovery effort. When you previously faced Garuda, 'twas the Enterprise that bore you through the storm that shielded her domain. Well, that storm is as a spring breeze, beside which she has raised this time. No airship could hope to penetrate it. And so we must count ourselves fortunate that the Order of the Twin Adder had chanced to discover a beastman aetherite leading to the Howling Eye. Before you do aught else, I suggest you pay a visit to the Adder's Nest and have word with Commander Hulo, I guess. He will be able to tell you about the said aetherite, among other things. Make no mistake, the Lady of the Vortex will prove a valuable opponent, but I believe that you can weather the storm. May the 12 keep you safe. Alright, to the Adder's Nest in Gridania. Hello, friends. Ah, Foxy of the Scions, we are grateful for your aid. As you will already know, the accursed Ixal have summoned Garuda once more. Since her return, she has wasted no time unleashing her fury upon the region. Extensive damage has been reported in both the Twelveswood and Kurthus. She must be stopped, and soon, lest more lives be lost. In the name of the Elder Seedseer, I humbly request that you put an end to her reign of terror. As in the past, Garuda keeps her court within the Howling Eye, which is perpetually protected by a raging tempest. Fortunately, we have learned of an alternate way into her domain. The Ixal have constructed an aetheryte within Nadalan, their stronghold in the central highlands of Kurthus. This aetheryte will take you to Garuda's tempestuous realm. We owe this discovery to the Ish Guardians, who the Elder Seed Seer says desired to repay the kindness you showed them. Well, some fucking gratitude. For the sake of our people as well as theirs, may your mission be met with success. Well, I look a lot more like a knight coming out here than I did before. It's been a while since we've been in Kurthus. My gear is better than your flesh. This is also the site of the infamous Great Ixal Massacre from my Idiots of Eorzea series. I know I've made Anakin Skywalker jokes before, but this is a bit like that. I can't deny the similarity. Ow. Thanks, Chocobo. Now all we have to do is get far enough back that these guys start to ignore us. Go away. Or die. Well, I guess you choose death. Nope, never mind. Okay, there we go. Just poke the aetheryte. Done. And now we get to do Garuda. Again. Looks like she wants to main tank, so I'm gonna let her. Let's do this! Oof. I will help kill the feathers. Alright. Get behind... No? Okay. Okay, now get behind. That guy in the middle is fucked. No? I guess not. And I shall use cover on the tank. Oh, don't stand in that. Okay, these things really need to die. And fast. And she's about dead. Hooray! That's Garuda again. Da 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 da. Can't use it. Oh, well, whatever. Here, Bard. And just out of curiosity. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. I can't use it, it's for a white mage, but still, nice to see. Hey, I got a commendation. Very nice. Who's next? Ah, Y'shtola, Cat Mom. So both Ifrit and Garuda are now vanquished by your hands. Truly, you have earned yourself a rest. Would that you had the luxury of time to enjoy it. It pains me to say that Titan is also returned, and with a vengeance. As was the case with his primal brethren, he has grown stronger than he was before. When I went about my investigation, all indications suggested that the kobolds were nowhere near ready to resume their summoning rites. But it turns out they were deceiving us. I should have known better. The kobold's subterranean domain runs deep, and they can easily hoard crystals with our being none the wiser. And a vast hoard it must have been. Till now, Garuda was the most powerful among the 3 recently active primals, but according to our latest readings, Titan has usurped that honor. A primal's might is determined by 2 factors: the amount of crystals it is gorged upon and the fervor of its believers. I would like nothing more than to measure precisely how strong the Lord of Crags has become, but I fear the time for such prudence has run out. We have already received an official request for assistance from the Maelstrom, and as you might expect, it is addressed to you. For your previous encounter with Titan, you traveled to his demesnes by way of the aetheryte first discovered by the Company of Heroes. Sad to say, this aetheryte no longer seems to respond. But do not despair, for the Maelstrom has reportedly found another in its place. You will want to speak with Commander Ricky at Maelstrom Command for the details. I cannot stress this enough, but Titan has grown fearsome strong. See to it you spare no preparation. Wouldn't dream of it. Let's go to Limsa. Alright, Ricky. Cute cat. Ah, Foxy of the Scions, your presence is most welcome. I'm chagrined that we must turn to you again to lay Titan low. No doubt this is yesterday's news to you, but the Lord of Crags has returned more ferocious and formidable than he was before. We cannot fathom how the kobolds were able to obtain such vast stores of crystals, and in so short a time. We will learn the answer in the coming moons, I suspect, but first things first. We need you to vanquish Titan before he and the kobolds have a chance to wreak havoc on Limsa. You have failed the primal before, and we believe that you can emerge victorious once more. We've learned of a new aetheryte that will take you to the navel. It's situated deep within Ugamaro Mines, not the most convenient of location, admittedly, so you will have to cut yourself a path. Please make all haste. Titan's mere presence emboldens the kobolds, and it is only a matter of time before they move in force against us. May the Navigator guide you on your way, Foxy. So, once again, all of the grand companies of Eorzea need us to bail them out. What a surprise. This place only looks confusing. It's actually pretty easy to find. All you gotta do is run this way. And there's the aetheryte. Now, who's gonna be dumb enough to come in here and fight me? Why, you two. You two are gonna be dumb enough to come in here and fight me. I can barely see shit. And now you're dead. Poke the aetheryte, stick your hand right up in it, you know. Done. Alright. Next up we go to the navel and we beat the shit out of Titan. Again. Nothing we haven't seen before. Hey, we've got another paladin with us. It looks like he wants to tank, so I'm gonna let him. His name is Kenpachi Zaraki. That's a solid reference right there. Do not stand in the red, but stand at the edge. Don't stand in the bad. He's technically Kenpachi Zaraki, but it's whatever. Like, Bleach was kind of a cringy show. It was like Dragon Ball Z with sword fighting, because it took so fucking long to resolve anything. But like the first major arc was actually really good. It had some amazing characters, like Zaraki Kenpachi. Uh-oh, I forgot about the damn bomb boulders. Okay, we're good. We did not die. Titan's heart has to die. Oh, somebody just got knocked off. Oh, I thought they did. Never mind. Next phase. And we're gonna go ahead and cover the other tank. Bomb boulders. This is the last one, I believe. Nope, it wasn't, but didn't hurt that badly. In a way, this is kind of not so good that I'm not tanking, because then I'm not getting practice. Oh well, Titan's dead. Goodbye to you. I can't use it. Yeah, you get that for your name. It's cool. Let's see. Oh, damn. That's awesome. I got a commendation. So in addition to attempting to get a binding coils group, I am also going to be doing the Crystal Tower raid, which everyone agrees, including Square Enix, since they're changing it to be necessary, is 100% not optional to understand the story going ahead. And you'll see why. You'll see why. Rianje, do you have anything new for us? Why, you do. Primal Awakening. When the Senary moon did wane, there sounded a blood-curdling roar. A new primal had roused, the portents gave us to believe, one whose identity had yet lieth beyond our ken. By thy hand 3 primals have since been vanquished. As each returned to the aether, 'twas observed that tremors foreshadowing this fourth grew in strength and frequency both. The being doth quicken, and in time it shall become a scourge upon the land. Yet even as we pondered a course of action, a benevolent soul did arise, one who would forestall this threat. Though she be tender in years, she is true of heart and steadfast of resolve. She would solicit thine aid if thou art willing to proffer it. Lest thou wonder, this maiden is of our order. Thus did the antecedent straightways consent that thou should assist her howsoever thou mayest. As soon as thou art able, hie ye to Wineport, where thy petitioner doth await thee even now. Thou shalt for a certainty find her visage strikingly familiar. Well, gee, I wonder who that could be. Someone familiar, but we don't quite know. someone who's with the Scions that we haven't met yet, and a face that we'll certainly know when we see it. Well, look who it is! That's not Alphino, it's Alice, his sister. It has been a while, adventurer. As I recall, my brother Alphino took the liberty of introducing us when first and last we met. But for the sake of propriety, Alice Leveilleur, I thank you for coming. I have heard much and more of your exploits. By your hand the Black Wolf is slain and his ultima weapon destroyed. You are possessed of great strength and courage, that much is plain. I shall have need of one such as you if I am to see my mission through to its conclusion. As you may be aware, the violence of Dalamud's fall may change not only the face of the realm, but also the base of the realm. Specifically, it played havoc with the etheric currents, creating vast confluences of aether below the surface. Among other phenomena, this has led to formation of subterranean caverns at key points of stress. One such cavern lies beneath Castrum Occidens, and extends to only the gods know where. Despite appearances, Castrum Occidens is as much a research facility as it is a fortress. Gaius van Baelsar chose the site for no other reason than to probe the caverns without interference. As you went about vanquishing the returned primals, I observed a repeating wave pattern in the ether, corresponding exactly to the dates on which you were reported to have felled Ifrit, Titan, and Garuda. Upon closer examination, it became clear that these unique waveforms emanated from deep beneath the aforementioned stronghold. Crucially, I recorded the same pattern during the recent celebrations, and have since been given to understand that this phenomenon bears a disquieting similarity to one observed shortly prior to the calamity. 5 years ago, my grandfather invoked the power of the 12 that he might contain Bahamut. Alas, his efforts failed and he vanished, together with his foe. I would know the truth of what transpired that day, of grandfather's fate, and of the metamorphosis that swept across the land. In casting light upon these mysteries, we will find a way to cure what ails this world. It is my belief that the answers I seek lie hid within the depths of the cavern. I would have you accompany me on an expedition to find them, Foxy. If truth be told, I am not wont to rely upon others, and have thus far handled matters alone. Yet I am not blind to my limitations. Unescorted, I cannot hope to succeed in this endeavor. I swore that I would find a way to restore peace to Eorzea. If you desire the self-same, then aid me as you aided my brother and the Scions. I am in your debt. You are a woman of action, and I sense that we will accomplish much together. But let us not waste any more time. As I mentioned, Castrum Occidens straddles the cavern I wish to explore. If I am to have a hope of reaching it alive, I will need you to infiltrate the stronghold first and locate a path into the depths. Once you have done so, pray report your success to Storm Private Jabroka. You may consider her my assistant here in Wineport. I have every faith that you will not fail me. 12 speed your way, Foxy. So that's what Alice has been doing this entire time. If you recall, early on in our adventure, she kind of disappeared. She decided that she was going to go off and do her own thing. And, in case you haven't fit 2 and 2 together yet, the grandfather, of whom both Alphino and Alice speak, was none other than Louis Leveilleur, who assisted the players in Final Fantasy XIV version 1.0, and was the original founder of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Or the Circle of Knowing, I can't remember which. But both groups eventually became the Scions. Oh no, it was the Circle of Knowing and the Path of the 12. Minfilia founded one and Louis Suave the other. I can't remember which was which, but they both eventually became the Scions. Alright, here's this stupid gate. There we go. And now we go back to talk to Jabroka. Or we kill this thing first, one or the other. Jabroka, What's going on, lady? I've been expecting you, Foxy. By your coming, I take it you successfully located the cavern entrance inside Castrum Ossidens. So that's where it's to be found. Marvelous. Oh, but allow me to properly introduce myself. Jabroka is my name, and it is my honor to serve Lady Alice, though for reasons of convenience, at present I also serve the Maelstrom. This uniform accords me certain privileges, you see, in particular, ready access to the Maelstrom's regional scouting reports. They provide a wealth of local knowledge, including information on secret passages. But enough about me. I shall notify Lady Alice of your discovery, that she may prepare for the expedition. Though I don't doubt your abilities, none can say what dangers lurk beneath Castrum Ossidens. For my lady's sake, as well as your own, please spare neither preparation nor caution. Pray choose your companions well. What have we got? The Binding Coil of Bahamut. Now, we can actually do all of these, but we're going to have to do something to find a group, because, as you can see, average wait time is around 10 minutes, but that's not really accurate. Well, I looked through the party finder and I found a few people willing to tag along. 2 of them are level 80, so we should actually be able to do this, and they're even willing to let us watch the cutscenes. I gotta tell you, I love this community. There are a few impatient people, but overall, people are great. Wow, that is one skimpy Lalafell. Holy shit, that's terrible. Yes, I have to be very grateful. This place is so pretty, all the corrupted ether crystals around. The scars left by the calamity. I can scarce breathe for the surfeit of aether. Tell me, have you ever seen corrupted crystals such as these? Such crystals manifested across the realm when the course of the great river of ether was irrevocably altered 5 years ago. Behold one of the objects that caused that alteration, a fragment of the lesser moon Dalamud. Ancient Alleg created Dalamud, or Meteor to use the Garlean name, to serve as a celestial prison for Bahamut. Its fall inflicted grievous wounds upon the land, wounds that have yet to heal, as is evident from the corrupted crystals. And it's not alone, it has guards. Amazing. Dalamud's internal defenses still function in spite of everything, a testament to the ingenuity of the Allegans. The Garleans seek to appropriate their advanced technology, I'm certain of it. We are about to come face to face with secrets that have long laid buried within the sands of time. Great dangers may lie beyond, but we have come too far to turn back. The truth of the calamity is within reach. Alright. It is so nice to have people willing to just let others enjoy the story of this. I guess we're moving forward. What is she, a dancer? I guess. No, she's a ninja. She has daggers. Unless it's a weird glamour. Gods preserve. Dark wings that would engulf the very heavens. These could only belong to Bahamut, the primal who laid Eorzea to waste 5 years ago. At Cartano, my grandfather sought to imprison Bahamut anew by invoking the power of the 12. Alas, the dread wyrm proved too powerful, and he soon broke free of his confines. Yet instead of resuming the destruction he had begun, Bahamut vanished, whither to no one knew, until this day. But I do not understand. If Bahamut is truly a primal, how is it that he retains his physical form? Did Grandfather defeat him, or is there some other explanation? We must press on if we are to learn the truth. Uh-oh. Who's that? This is my first time actually ever being here. I could have just waited until I was like level 70 or something and come down and soloed it, but there's some dialogue change later on. What am I doing? Where am I going? This way. There's some dialogue changes later on if you complete this, and I would like very much to see it. And it has a remix of that beautiful, beautiful song Answers from the credits and from the trailer to A Realm Reborn. Is he still stuck back there? He can't figure the way out? Oh no, he can. He's just now behind. And we've got some animals down here for some reason. Oh, it has some cool battle music too. It just like changes a little bit. Is it boss time? Uh-oh. It's a snake. Caduceus. He should be able to teleport in, if this boss even lasts 15 seconds, which it won't. Hooray. Wow, that actually gives you tombstones even if you're unsynced. That's awesome. Hopefully they didn't leave the party, because we are trying to do... Okay, good. Alright, turn 2. "912 yalms beneath the surface." Yalms being yards, I believe. Who's dinging me? Alright. Oh, this place is interesting looking. Nope, don't touch the stain on that. I should at least come over and smack things. Down we go. And it's dead. This way? Oh, I thought it said AIDS. That would not be good. Oh dear. That was it. Wow. I imagine that was supposed to be harder when it first came out. If all goes well, we could get all the binding coil stuff done in one go. Though I am going to hit a snag after my current raid roster is complete and I have to go do quests. I don't want to make people sit and wait for me to do that. 1,233 yalms in the engine room. The Ragnarok. Alright, where are we going? Ah, it's an elegant transport device, also known as a yeet cannon. Now, what are these things? They look like mirror knights, except way spoopier. There's just a whole lot of jumping. And now we'll activate the terminal. To the middle. I don't imagine this place was so difficult to navigate when the Alligans were still alive. Now what's that gonna do for us? This one's already active. What? That was it? Seriously? What's going on here? I wonder if we have to touch this terminal. It's cutscene time. Oh man, Gaius would love this place. It's just one big elevator. Uh-oh. Fuck it, I'll turn on my Iron Will. Oh hey, it's from Final Fantasy 13? Or maybe even 7? Wow, that was it, huh? Uh-oh. Damn, this is an easy way to get tomestones, that's for sure. $1,910 yalms beneath the surface. Oh, it's cutscene time. This is going rather more smoothly than I expected. It is indeed convenient to have a hero on hand. Gods, that the cavern should open up again, even at this depth. Ha! This resembles a finger. That's because it is. And so it should. This is Bahamut's hand. As with the wings, it seems to be frozen, and for that I can count my blessings. But again, I find myself wondering, how is it able to retain physical form? I had assumed that Bahamut's reversion to ether was the cause of the widespread changes to the realm, but if he's still here, then that theory no longer holds. What was it, then, that brought about the realm's sudden regeneration? There is still so much we do not know about Cartano. I haven't the slightest inkling how deep these caverns run, but we must continue. Dragons. You'll learn of this significance later on in the game, but the fact that there are dragons here is very concerning, because, well, I don't want to spoil it. But essentially, the dragons occupied, without spoiling too much, the dragons occupied a realm known as Mericidia, back when they were, a nation of sorts. And this nation clashed with the ancient Alligans. And that one's dead. And where's the way out? Oh, there. The Alligan Terminal. Ah, there's something here. A terminal. This contraption, is it used to control the saturation of ether? I suppose there's only one way to find out. The dragon you vanquished earlier, doubtless you noticed the peculiar contraption about its neck. It was likely a receptor of some description used to enslave the creature. Ancient Allig possessed the means to control dragons, it would seem. The Ishgardians would kill for this knowledge, though to be sure it could as easily be brought to bear against them. An army of dragons could turn the tide of any battle, as the Garleans once learned to their sorrow. I would not be the least bit surprised if they now sought to exploit this power. Whatever their plans, this serves as another reminder of the might of the Alligans. One cannot help but wonder how so advanced a civilization came to fall. Hubris, Ali say. Hubris. What have we here? Gods be good. There he is, the father of dragons himself. This is Bahamut's head. And that enormous crystal, it pulsates as if it were a heart. And the primal that had awakened, Was Bahamut all this time? No, 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 this cannot be true. This would mean that grandfather died for naught. Confound it, we do not know enough to strike at it now. We must withdraw. Who? Who is that? No, it can't be. Grandfather, is it truly you? That is indeed Archon Louis Sois. I don't know who that is ahead of him, though. No, don't leave me again. Please. Grandfather! I know, we cannot do more for now. The plot thickens. Everyone knows that Archon Louis Sois died. So what's going on here? No quests here. No Alice to be found, so let's leave. But this looks like... This is not where we entered. How did we come to be in northern Thanalan of all places? But such details matter little. Grandfather's alive, Foxy. Bahamut did not defeat him. But why won't he return to us? I don't understand. This expedition has yielded more questions than it did answers. At any rate, we would both be better for a rest. Let us return to the Waking Sands and reflect upon what we've seen. Thank you, Foxy. Without you, none of this would have been possible. So yes, we are getting more questions than answers. But for now, oops, no. Let's go back to the Waking Sands. Hopefully we can unlock the next one. Alice is here. I am pleased to see you again, Foxy. I have already shared the fruits of our expedition with Urianger. Let us together ponder their implications. Alice's pledge. Full glad am I for thy safe return. Lady Alice hath apprised me of thy many experiences. As thou wilt doubtless be aware, Master Louis Sois was my lady's grandsire. Gravely concerned was I for her safety, but 'twould seem I need not have been so. With all my heart I do thank thee for watching over her. But come, thou must speak with Mistress Alice upon that which transpired within the binding coil. May it serve to bring us closer to the truth of the calamity. Shall we begin, then? Urianger, I understand you have a report of your own to share with us. Aye, my lady. Even as thou didst emerge from the depths, an etheric disturbance betokening a primal activity was observed. In Mordona was it marked first. By comparison of time and magnitude, we have since deduced its origin, the Cartano Flats. Strange. There have been no reports of primal activity in that region. It could only have been Bahamut. That would certainly explain how we came to be in northern Thanalan. Somehow the cavern took us all the way from Vilbrant to the heart of Aldenard. 'Twould seem so, my lady. It is all but certain, then. After Bahamut disappeared 5 years ago, he hid himself deep beneath Cartano and has lain there dormant, regenerating. Aye, my lady. Taken together with thine own account of Bahamut's continued present, the land's slowness to heal, and the disorder of the etheric currents do point to one conclusion. Bahamut stirreth. If left unchecked, the primal shall drink of Eorzea's life force till he doth waken to rain ruin upon the land. Rest assured, I do not mean to give up, Foxy. Bahamut may still live, but so too does Grandfather. For the past 5 years, he has been keeping vigil over his nemesis, making certain that the primal does not escape. Master Louisoix doth yet live? I durst not hope. And thou art certain 'twas no mere manifestation of thine own all too sorely felt grief. I know how desperate this may sound, Urianger, but I saw him with my own 2 eyes, as did Foxy. But he vanished deeper into the labyrinth before we had a chance to speak. 2 more like fragments of Dalamud pierced the earth when the lesser moon fell. One we have seen. If we can but find the other 2, I am certain that will find Grandfather as well. If thou so believest, my lady, then I too shall have faith. If it pleases you, I shall notify the Grand Companies of this development. All Eorzea must stand united if we are to avert a repeat of the calamity. That will not be necessary, Urianger. Being the great conciliator that he is, Alphinaud will seek to unite Eorzea of his own accord. If rumors are true, that endeavor is already well underway. So let us have leave the diplomacy to the diplomat while we continue our investigation of Bahamut. I swear to you, no matter what it takes, we will find my grandfather and uncover the whole truth of the calamity. Foxy, you have heard me swear to do these things, but without your strength I cannot hope to make good on my word. The danger to Eorzea is not past. For the sake of all who abide here, I pray that you will ever be our sword in the darkness. Yes, of course. Another turn in the coil. A crystal-choked abyss lieth beneath the Carteneau Flats, the unholy cradle of an elder primal, and by thy hand where truths great and terrible rested from those once celestial depths. Yet as is oft the case, an answer doth breed a profusion of questions, and the unknown doth beckon with irresistible allure. Ne'er have the mysteries of the Red Moon lain so neatly within our grasp. Lady Alice hath sent word of her coming. 'Tis time once more to brave the precipice, and leap unflinching into the jagged wound that doth gape beneath the land. Mine apologies. I trust I have not kept you waiting over long. Foxy, I am both delighted and reassured to have you at my side once more. I would not waste your time with trivialities. Let us proceed directly to the discussion of that which we have learned, and that which we hope to learn anon. Initially, it was evidence of a new primal that led us to delve into the cavern beneath Castromocydons, and to explore the subterranean scars left after the fall of Dalamud. As you will recall, what we found was a vast, largely intact fragment of the fallen satellite. And within the depths of that structure we discovered not the new primal we had expected, but the broken form of Bahamut himself. Yet even this great revelation would soon be overshadowed by the appearance of my own dear grandfather. I have since shared our sundry finding with Rambrose, preeminent scholar of the Sons of St. Coinoc, and he, in return, did kindly furnish me with his theory concerning the elder primal's Allegan prison. 'Twould seem that Dalamud was constructed to gather unto itself rays of the sun, and thence channel this radiant bounty unto the Crystal Tower. The ancients saw great potential in Bahamut's capacity to manipulate energies of otherwise unimaginable magnitude. 'Twas for this reason that they did bind him with the Red Moon to serve as its living core. Do you remember the sight that greeted us at the culmination of our journey, the colossal devices that surrounded and seemed to cradle the incomplete form of the elder primal? From the information provided to us by the Sons of St. Coinoc, we have learned that these contraptions were termed internment hulks, and that each bore the designation Ragnarok class. The purpose of these hulks is believed to be twofold. First, they are meant to act as binding coils, rendering Bahamut incapable of escape, and second, they are meant to feed him, Perversely, the self-same energy which prevents him from moving also serves to sustain his corporeal manifestation. Bahamut is permitted neither to die nor to truly live. He is merely allowed to be. For century upon century was the elder primal thus imprisoned, bound about in fetters so subtle in their working, and yet so adamant, that though his cell be destroyed, Bahamut lieth yet at the mercy of his long-departed captors. It has long been held that the primals require the prayers of their faithful followers to exist, yet none alive worship Bahamut. Could it be, then, that the Allagans found a way to simulate prayer itself? It seems the only logical explanation. I would postulate, therefore, that the regenerative mechanisms in question also supply something akin to the power of prayer. Consequently, if all of the internment hulks were to be rendered inactive, Bahamut should dissolve into the ether. Upon the evidence of thy previous foray, we determined that the elder primal is sustained by 3 such binding coils. Thus did we commence to scour the realm, and found in the Twelveswood an as yet unexplored fragment of the lesser moon bearing a most familiar etheric signature. And after conducting a preliminary investigation, we believe we have discovered a point from which this North Shroud fragment and the second of the internment hulks can be entered. As Eorzea's sword in the darkness, I would have you once more lead the charge. I will, of course, be there at your side. Once you have made your preparations, head to Fallgourd Float and make yourself known to my assistant, Serpent Lieutenant Anale, whatever. The fallen fragment is not far from the settlement, and her position provides a convenient rendezvous point. I will break these Allagan fetters, for they bind my grandfather as surely as they bind Bahamut. Okay, Fallgourd Float quickly, so my very generous companions don't become impatient. Foxy Games, I've been expecting you. My name is Anale. I have been accorded the rank of lieutenant within the Order of the Twin Adder, that I may better assist Lady Alice with her endeavors here in the Twelveswood. Such authority has allowed me to act without interference from the local soldiery, and to conduct a preliminary investigation of the Outer Springs fragment. From what we've seen of the exterior, the structure shares many common features with the one you explored in Lenosia, and likely plays host to a similar complement of guardians. But I fear words alone will do little to prepare you for what lies ahead. Pray seek out my comrade to the south and west. He is charged with observing all that occurs in the vicinity of the fragment, and will be well placed to show you the thing if nothing else. Oh my god, so wordy, but I don't want to skip anything. That would kind of defeat the whole purpose of this. Let's see. What business brings you to this broken land? Unless you fancy being ground to a bloody pulp under the granite fists of a wandering golem, I suggest you bugger... Oh, my apologies, madam. Lady Alice did send word of your impending arrival, but 'twould seem I've grown rather too accustomed to shooing away curious sellswords and reckless explorers. Behold, if you will, one of the fallen shards of the Red Moon Dalamud. Our initial survey uncovered no evidence of the Empire's presence, which, while fortunate in itself, meant that the approach to the fragment had yet to be cleared. After much effort, however, we succeeded in carving out a semblance of a path which should grant you access to the entrance, and that, I'm afraid, is where our progress ended. The interior, while assuming the architecture of this hulk resembles the first, the master controls you seek will be located on the bottommost layer, past all the ingenious and deadly defenses of which the ancient Allagans seemed so indecently fond. If you would know more, I'm afraid there's nothing for it but to brave the depths of the fragment yourself. Lady Alice will soon be arriving at Fallgourd. Pray do not tarry on your way back to the lieutenant's post. I imagine our young mistress will be most eager to commence the expedition. The road ahead promises peril aplenty, and I would humbly suggest that this is not the occasion to stint on preparation or provisions. May the 12 watch over you. Right. Back to Fallgourd. Alright. Anale. Mistress Games, I trust the private's explanation was worth the journey. Simply securing an approach to the fragment's entrance proved a monumental task. I dare not think what defeating its inner defenses will entail. If there is aught I might do to aid you... Ah, Lady Alice... Oh, my apologies. Master Alphino. Oh, man. Has there been a change of plan? Urianger informed me of the impending expedition. I merely came to exchange a few words with my fellow scion before she disappeared into the depths of the second coil. Foxy, though I would strenuously deny it were she present, my sister's admiration and affection for our grandsire exceeds even mine own. Upon the matter of his legacy, therefore, Alice is wont to go above and beyond the call of duty. In our grandfather's absence, she has made the salvation of Eorzea her personal crusade. 'Twas that which prompted her to brave the perils of the first coil. Yet the fact that she risks her life in this manner is not the greatest of my concerns. No, it is her subsequent fixation upon my grandfather's shade that worries me most. This quest to rid the world of Bahamut must not become a quest to save a man long dead. My sister must needs have a better reason to fight. A time will come when the fate of the realm rests upon our shoulders, and when it does, we must be strong in our resolve, and certain of the stakes for which we risk all. There is a wide difference between fighting for the good of Eorzea and fighting for the love of a man who died for the good of Eorzea. Alice must choose her own path. She cannot rely on grandfather to choose it for her, for he is gone. I am glad it is you with whom she makes this journey. If Alice is to discover a deeper purpose, then where better to find it than at the side of Eorzea's greatest champion? 'Twas there that I found mine, after all. But 'tis past time I was gone. Fair fortune in your endeavors, Foxy. Lieutenant Anel, was it? I would appreciate you making no mention of my presence here to my sister. I think it's funny that she mistook him for Alice, and who could blame her? I mean, shit, look at them. Lady Alice is due to arrive at any moment. I shall abide in confident expectation of your triumphant return. Holy shit, let me unlock this thing already. Oh, good. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Dalamud Shadow. Well, this is interesting. How strange. Why could we not see all this before? I suppose it is only to be expected that corrupted crystals should accompany a disturbance of this magnitude. After all, the fragment likely pierced the ground to a depth of many hundreds of yoms. The swirling aether leaking from the wound must warp the very air, creating a veil that hides these formations from view. Well, it is not as if we expected this to be a straightforward task. Let's tread carefully, shall we, Foxy? It is imperative that we win through to the depths of this structure and disable the mechanism that powers Bahamut's regeneration. Of course, if we should chance to encounter my grandfather upon the way, I shall not let him go again, and while there is hope that he may yet be saved. But mayhap we should push such thoughts aside for now, until we have successfully gained entrance to the place. That opening up ahead appears to be a suitable point of ingress. Another cutscene. Oh, it's a boss. It's a big, nasty Ochu-looking thing. Alright, let's do it. And it's died. Well, aside from everything taking forever between different turns. It's actually quite nice. Huh. I wonder why it's slowing us down, but there's no cutscene. Oh well. That armor. No, it couldn't be. Be on your guard, Foxy. Though it defies all reason that he should live, I know of only one who wears such armor. He whom the Empire raised is as high as the Black Wolf himself, the legatus of the 7th Legion. I speak of the madman who brought the Meteor Project to fruition. We face the White Raven Nail Van Darnus, harbinger of the 7th Umbral Era. Nail Van Darnus. Ah, that was the name of the fool who perished upon the eve of the promised Age of Glory. It should not be uttered within these hallowed halls. Out of love for his loyal servant, the one true deity named me Nail Deus Darnus. The one true deity? Bahamut! He speaks of Bahamut! O Lord Bahamut, thy name is as sweet water to parched lips. How my heart swells at thy sacred touch. This blessed sanctum is a domain of my God and his beloved children. Seek to defile its glory, and you will answer to me. Oh dear. Well, it's pretty safe to say he's been tempered. How is this possible? From what Alphino has told me, Nail was slain on the eve of the calamity. Whatever the truth of the matter, we must be on our guard. There can be no reasoning with the worshippers of a primal. The outer coil. Well, that's dizzying. Holy shit. Hello. Hey, we fought something like that before, as a boss. I can't remember the name of the dungeon it was, though. A Lamia? Interesting. So the Alligans were experimenting on more than just dragons here. Ooh, this is a very haunting version of answers. I like this. Bioweapon storage. Oh no, it's a big snake. But this time it also has boobs. To glory! Oh look, it's done. What crazy thing are we going to find here? Central decks. 3,256 yalms down. I'm reminded of the passages beneath Castramocidans. We must have traveled quite some distance below the surface. More of the same tunnels. 12 be good. Surely they cannot continue all the way down from the upper floors. 'Tis difficult to see inside, but I have a terrible feeling those corridors house more of those dreadful guardians you already faced. It is said that the Allagans excelled in the creation of chimerical beasts, and that the Red Moon teemed with 1,000 fantastical monstrosities, all to prevent the enemies of the ancient empire from releasing the elder primal. I wonder, the creatures that prowl these halls, could they be the beloved children of which Nail spoke? Well, this is yet another mystery to ponder upon our return. Shall we continue onwards? Sure. Up we go. Jump. Oh hey, that clockwork thing is still after me. Now it's dead. Oh dear God, this place is a maze. What have we got now? Well, that thing is just a big old gropey monster, isn't it? It has so many hands. The Avatar. Uh-oh. I have... Ow. I mean, I do remember hearing that there were some instant kill abilities that made this really difficult to solo. Luckily, the people we're with are really good.